Hi everyone, it's Tarnished Treasures and it's a snowy, dark day here and I've got a cup of hot tea and I thought I'd share with you my collection of vintage and antique presentation boxes. I thought it would be fitting to share this collection because Valentine's Day is coming. So in these boxes, some of them do contain some jewelry. I have some older pieces, Victorian pieces, and then some are just vintage. The main focus is going to be on the boxes, but if there's jewelry in them, I tried to put my older pieces in there so I could share that as well. So these presentation boxes could be made of many materials: leather, paper, velvet, plastic. I even have a metal one. So first we'll start with the paper boxes. So this one here actually was a gift, and it's got a sweet note inside that said, maybe your most challenging assemblage box ever, which I love. So I have the note in there, and I actually do have a very small chair charm that could fit in there. So one day it might become an assemblage, but I keep that with my Valentine's decor because it's pink. This piece I picked up at the flea market at Joseph K. Davidson Sons, Philadelphia, and it can hold a thin ring. So I put this ring in here. I found this in a crafting and sewing lot that I picked up at my favorite thrift store, and there were many old items. There was Victorian jet beads in there, lace. Some of the labels on the bottles were definitely older, and there was even a sterling World War I pin. So that really helped me date some of the contents in there. And in it was this ring. So it was a nice surprise. Let's see if we can focus. It does appear that most of the gems are missing, but there is one right there, and it is marked sterling. There we go. So it's marked sterling on the inside, and it has the initials. I think it says HM or MH with an arrow, and I've seen that marking. I've looked at it online, so that helps date the ring a little bit as well. Something like this, when I go to the jewelry store to sell some of the broken sterling that I find thrifting, I'll throw something like this in so they can test that stone for me, tell me if it's diamond. Not that I want to sell it, but it's just nice that I can figure out what that stone is. So I think my favorite are the ones that have velvet. So here's a purple one. It still has a little bit of the soft velvet on, but in other spots, it's pretty worn down. But these are hard to find out and about, and also at a good price, because if you were to check on eBay right now, you'll see how much ring boxes are listed at. So here's one, and in it I put this pin. This was a gift as well, and I wanted to show you the clasp on the back, and that's something that can help you date older jewelry as well. So I love this piece. I wore it on New Year's Eve. And here is the catch. Let's come over here so you can see. So it is called a C clasp, and it looks like the letter C. They're handmade, and they date from about 1850 to 1910. So if you found a pin that had that type of catch on the back, you know that you've got something that's an antique. Might not be considered technically Victorian, but you've got something that's over 100 years old. This box was from an estate sale, and it is in really nice condition. Some of these will also have a mother of pearl button here. You can see that one's just metal. So you just push the button and it pops open, and this one also is in really nice, clean condition on the inside. And I was so happy to find this one at the thrift store for $5 and this beautiful fuchsia color. So it's a watch box, but it did not have this piece right there. So again, when I was out thrifting at some point, this one, I don't even remember where I got this, I found one in a different color, more of a maroon. And you can see that that velvet matches this velvet. So what I was able to do is I did an assemblage in here, and I took the insert and moved it over to this box. Well, crazily enough, on our Facebook page in our neighborhood, Somebody commented that they had a bag of jewelry that they just didn't want anymore and commented that there might be sterling and gold in there. So I was like, yes, I will take that. So when I picked it up, there was this watch, and it's the same brand, and you can see that it fits perfectly on this insert. Now the back, I think it says it's 10 karat gold filled, but I just love the fact that I could put together from 3 different places this finished little piece there. And the last velvet on the outside that I have is this box, which I'd call it heart-shaped. It's a beautiful blue velvet, nice condition. I picked this up at my favorite thrift shop, and it had a price tag of $2 on it. Ah, that just made my day when I found it. And it has this nice clean lining on it as well. So this might become a base for an assemblage, but right now I just have it holding a piece of Victorian mourning jewelry because it is made with hair. This is something that would have been attached to a pocket watch. And it has this beautiful piece here that has the leaf, and it has a horseshoe. It's this beautiful peach pink color. It's more pink in person. It has the velvet on the inside, a nice deco design to it. And a few years ago, I was looking online and I realized that Denison makes these. So they make the office supplies, but then they also made jewelry boxes. And again, I was looking online and I said, oh, I'd love to have one, but the prices were pretty high. And I don't know why, but one day I turned this over and I said, can you see it? I'm gonna see if the light can hit it. I said, I've had one the entire time. The very first one that I got was a Denison. So here are 2 others. I've had this one for a while, a nice off-white, and it has a blue velvet in there. And the ring is from 1912. And then this is a recent estate sale find. And it's got some velvet as well. I think that says Princess. So this ring, I don't know too much about it. I was at the thrift store that I love, and I purchased a shadow box. The shadow box had antique lace bonnets and booties for a baby, and then it had some jewelry. It had 2 rings and a bracelet, and the shadow box, it was just like a great deal, all for $70. And I think as I was opening it up, there was even a hidden ring where a piece of the lace had fallen over it. So this was one of the rings. It's very lightweight. It's not marked as to what metal it is. You can see that it's not tarnished. And then it has this stone. And it fits. I love wearing it. And I just love that. I know it's old, but I don't know too much about it. So it fits this hand a little bit loose, and it's even better on my dominant hand when I wear it. So this is the other ring that was in that box. And I'm showing you this presentation box. The other flaps were in terrible condition, but I wanted to keep this because it was just so sweet to see how the ribbon held it in on top of some velvet. And this was the other ring that was in that shadow box that I purchased. And it has a beautiful green stone. It's gold, and it's so soft. And this one fits as well. That one fits as a pinky ring. So let's open up some of these. Oh, I know what's in here. This is the bracelet that I found in that shadow box. So some of these, I mean, they have condition issues. They're old. I just don't even think I'm going to try to repair that. And this was the bracelet that I found. I really don't know much about these pieces, but I think they're beautiful. I do think someone commented one time that their mother had something very similar to this, and that helped date it. Something that always happens when I start filming a video. So this is my last little grouping. I'm sure I have more. I know I have some more older jewelry that I'd love to share with you. I just don't know where it is right now. So we'll look at these last. This one is amazing, and I actually store my tear catcher in here. And this was a gift from Sally. And I would assume that that is from Scotland, which is wonderful. And this is in beautiful condition. Right now, though, the piece I wanted to share with you is this piece that I got from Dot Likes Red. And she sent this to me this summer. And I just think it's beautiful. I keep it with my Valentine's decor because of the color. And someone told me that this is a turban pin, which is absolutely amazing, and I treasure it. This piece was picked up at an estate sale. It's not in great shape on the outside. The paper has separated, but there's fabric on the inside that does keep it together. And I love that velvet. And in it were just these little button, I guess, yeah, I think they're buttons. I don't think that's cufflink. I think it's button. So I just keep them in there just how it was. This was from another estate sale. I don't know if you would consider this a presentation box, but it does have velvet on the inside. So I thought I'd share it with you because it's just something different. And it came with these little stones. And sometimes when I find these things, I just like to leave them how they were. Do you like this? This I did purchase for the pin. Of course, I don't know where the pin is right now. Probably with my Halloween decor. But the box was a bonus because I just love things like this. And this last piece, a little bit of a surprise, which always will tell you, open up the box when you're at a sale. You never want to leave and think, oh shoot, what was in there? So, not much of a surprise, but you see the outside, very unassuming. And look at that gorgeous color in there with the velvet. I know, my daughter's mouth is like, what? Always open the box. And this one, and what other one? This one. These two I got at an estate sale, and they were actually holding jewelry for sale. And I asked the woman who runs the sale, I said, would you just sell the boxes? And she said, okay, because it was just costume jewelry that was sitting in these. And I think she charged me like $1 a piece. So always worth it to open the box and to ask. I've done a few assemblages using these jewelry and presentation boxes. I've even done nativity scenes in them, but this piece I included 2 different types of presentation boxes. This was a plastic piece and it would fold together like an envelope, but from opening and closing it so much, the sides snapped off. But I still loved the heart shape with the elastic that had a little bit of gold in it. So I put it on this wedding assemblage. And then on the back, at a wonderful estate sale that I attended, actually, it's where I got the purple box from, I found this Tiffany & Company box. Pretty old, and it's this beautiful white with a little bit of gold trim around the edges. And it does have a date, 1878 and 1889, Grand Prix Exposition Universelle. London, Paris, Union Square, New York. And I thought that if anybody ever used this at a wedding, that would be a great spot to put like a little gift for the bride, something used or something blue before the wedding. So I hope you enjoyed seeing that collection. I really enjoyed sharing it with you. And I love miniatures. I love boxes. They just can hold treasures and stories. And if you collect these, I would just love to hear about your collection, or maybe you even have some pictures to share on Instagram. So I hope everyone has a wonderful Valentine's Day, and I'll see you in another video. Bye.